Hi and welcome to my channel. My name is Eslyn and today I am 13 days past ovulation. I have no signs of my period coming. My pregnancy tests have been negative, which is weird for me because usually by 13 DPO I already have my period. And I did ovulate this month already, and I don't know, usually I get spotting around 10 DPO. Last month I actually got it at 9 DPO. So I started taking B6 supplements to extend my luteal phase, and I talk all about it in a previous video. If you guys want to check that out. But you know, I don't know what to think, because if I'm not pregnant, then B6 is working amazingly at extending my luteal phase. Like I said, I would have already normally, in my normal cycles, I would have already had my period. But also I was getting implantation cramping at, well, I started feeling it at 7 DPO. It was really consistent at 8 and 9 DPO, and I guess 7 too. So maybe I implanted at 9 DPO. I'm not 100% sure. But it says, I've read that it takes about 4 days to show up in a pregnancy test, about 3 to 4 days. So maybe that's also why I'm getting a negative if I am pregnant. I don't know. I'm kind of like, you know, back and forth. I don't know what to think. But so yeah, so today I'm 13 DPO and we will see what this test reads. I will take it now because I'm dying. I just woke up and I really have to pee really bad. So I use Mom Med. I will leave the link down below. It comes with a little cup that I love. I will be right back, guys. Okay, so as that sits there, we'll give it a few minutes. Yeah, so I've been taking my prenatal vitamin supplements. And I've also been taking vitamin D because since, you know, this whole COVID thing, I barely go outside. You know, sometimes we'll go for like a drive or something, but I'm not getting the sunlight that I usually normally get. So I've been taking vitamin D supplements. And what else have I been taking? I've also been taking the B6 supplements and to extend my luteal phase, which I highly recommend. I'm not taking Vitex this cycle, but I will start next cycle to, I've taken Vitex before, and it's, I also highly recommend Vitex that I love. And I've just been like keeping a good diet and incorporating smoothies, a lot of green vegetables and spinach. And also, which I forgot to mention that I do take is very important, is metformin. And I wasn't on metformin for my last pregnancy, when I got pregnant last time, but my doctor suggested that I take it, and that it does help with the risk of miscarriage, reduce the risk, and it helps with your insulin, right? So I was like, okay, I'll give this a try. As I did some research, I did find a natural supplement for metformin, but I've never tried it. And also, as I was reading, if you do get pregnant, you should not be taking that. But metformin is safe to take while you're pregnant. So I decided that I didn't want to stay on the natural supplement and then wean off and then start metformin. Like, I decided that I was just gonna take metformin and take it, you know, as I get pregnant and my entire pregnancy, and then eventually I will switch to the natural supplement of metformin. So I'll do a whole video on that, but it's just something to take into consideration. And also, in the beginning of my cycle, I usually drink spearmint tea, and I did a whole video on spearmint tea that you guys can check out, and highly recommend it for high testosterone, and it has lowered my numbers in testosterone a lot. I even did a whole experiment on spearmint tea, which you guys can also watch in my video. All right, so let me flip this over. Yeah, it's time. It's negative. Yeah, it's a negative. I don't think it shows very well, but I don't see anything. Yeah, I don't see anything. So, like I said, I am 13 DPO, and I will test until I get my period. You know, it's just really weird. Have any of you guys experienced? You know, I started with really strong, what I thought were pregnancy symptoms. So I started getting really strong pregnancy symptoms, which we all know that that is similar to PMSing and, you know, those symptoms of your period. But, you know, certain symptoms were like pretty strong. Like, I'll do a whole DPO day by day video when, you know, when all this is over, whether I get a positive or not. But so you know, I was even getting like a weird taste in my mouth, like super thirsty. Like I was just getting like just a bunch of different things that I normally don't get. So my symptoms were pretty strong, and then it just kind of stopped at 10 DPO. You know, like I was getting a lot of pulling and aching, like very mild though, but it was very consistent. You know, from 7 to 9 DPO, and then 10 it just kind of stopped. And then up until now, I've barely been getting any symptoms. Last night I got some pulling, but it wasn't consistent. Yeah, so have any of you guys experienced anything like that, where you guys, you know, got strong pregnancy symptoms? How did it turn out? What happened? I would love to hear from you guys and let me know, because I'm a little confused and lost. So I would love to hear from you guys. You know, has any of you guys got a positive pregnancy test after testing for a few days, and then they, you know, got a positive like at 14 DPO or something like that? Yeah, please write down below. I want to know what you guys are experiencing. But I'll be back tomorrow at 14 DPO, and we'll test again, and we'll update you guys with my symptoms. But thanks so much for following my journey and watching. I hope that you guys subscribe if you haven't done so already, and please give me a thumbs up. Thanks again. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.